Okay, this experience, see, I didn't share it at first because I could see parts of it, but it wasn't clear. So, but I got the whole picture now. And that was that I was almost looking at like what looked like a grid-like pattern. It was almost just looked like almost like a chicken wire mesh, but it was in the sky. It was like a grid. And on the grid, there was these green portals. They were opening up these green portals. And I knew that I was with either a team or working with the guides to close some of these portals because these portals were they were green, but not like a lively green. They were almost like a dirty green, if that makes a very dark green, very looking like they were very heavy. Almost they looked like mucus. Well, anyways, I knew I had the impression, really the awareness, I could see that what is her name? The lady, Joni of Ekankar, she was opening up these portals to let reptilians come through into our dimension. And I remember, so again, we were in charge of closing some of the portals, and we actually cut them off on, it almost looked like a chessboard now that I kind of am looking at it, but almost like around a sixth line. I remember at a sixth line, very specifically on the sixth line, we cut them off. They weren't allowed to cross that. And I knew that that was in reference to creation. Really, they had just done it to themselves, that by their abrasive actions and their intent, they're not crossing that deep, dark border, that sixth line. We were in charge of like cutting them off. And I remember then all of a sudden, these reptilians started to talk about Joni like she was God, that she didn't have the awareness of the is, but she was something like the all is. And I remember I kind of was looking at them and I wanted not to laugh at them, but I kind of thought, well, that's kind of crazy. You know, they're really talking about her like she's the end all be all. She's the queen of these reptilians. And so I kind of just told them, I said, well, that's not really so, but you know, you can think whatever. But I just thought that was kind of funny that they were really worshiping this lady, again, like she was some kind of ultimate. So that was the experience.
Yeah, just like many things, the small minds and Queen of Orion, etc. And, you know, these people have their duration. Like Joni, she's bored. She has nothing else to do. And yeah, she's around causing havoc. Doesn't matter about the physical body. She moves around, etc. So, well, you're seeing that firsthand, Jeremy. That's really cool. Yeah, I remember the old days there and seeing Joni as the reptilian. She took over Harold. She was there influencing Darwin too, and they, you know, they didn't see it. It was their choice because they were more interested in themselves. That's where the boys couldn't get through them because they had this self-interest. And things went the way they did, and it's okay. It's all okay. It's a good lesson for everybody.
Yeah, I got a little experience to share. It was kind of interesting. It was just a little fun. I was sitting down and I wasn't singing the NUUU. I really wasn't doing anything. I was kind of just sitting there. And I had this awareness come through. It was like I had opened up into what looked like a panoramic view. And I could see this, it almost looked like a hockey puck, like a kind of circular object. And I was looking at this circular disc object and it was leaned forward and it was just on like a 45-degree angle. Well, I looked at it and I was looking at it and I decided to move it with my awareness and just straighten it out. And so I did that and I straightened it out. And when I straightened it out, I could feel it physically in my body, that it was something inside of my body or something like that. I'm not sure if maybe it was like an illness, preventing some sort of disease. But yeah, I just decided to fix it, sort of just make it straight, you know, straighten it out. And all of a sudden I heard this giant gong go off. It was like this big gong went off and it was ringing inside of my head for like at least 3, 4, 5 seconds after. It was just ringing. And after that, I remember I felt this very perceivable alignment in my body, like I had fixed something. And again, I don't know if it was some kind of disease, using my awareness to heal something in my body, but I just thought it was interesting and that was a little fun.